Live from the state capitol building in Montgomery, Alabama, Face the Nation, a spontaneous and unrehearsed news interview in the office of George C. Wallace, Governor of Alabama.
I hope that you can see here this about the New York. And President Johnson said American citizens have a right to protection of life and limb, whether driving along a highway in Georgia, a road in Mississippi, or a street in New York. Look at the clubs raised by the policemen hitting demonstrators in New York. I want to show you a picture here from the Philadelphia route. Look at the clubs there, and look at people on the ground being beaten. Can you see that? I hope that you will just look at that.
Governor, I'd like to pursue that point with you just a moment, if I could.
I'm going to show this, though, because we've had a lot of distortion in this country. Look at the drawn pistols here in New York, where they're shooting over the heads of the demonstrators. Suppose there'd been any shots over the demonstrators the other day. They're talking about using horses. Now, I'm against violence, and I'm just as sorry that anybody got hurt. They talk about Cossacks. Look at all these Cossacks here, so-called. Look at these horsemen running down people in the city of New York. There they are. That's not Selma, Alabama. That's New York. And I have other pictures here, and I challenge this network themselves to run the film of the stopping of demonstrations in every city in this United States and let the American people judge for themselves.
Governor, you referred to Philadelphia and to New York as riots. You think that the situation that existed on this side of the Edmund Pettus Bridge on Sunday was a riot? The Negroes were standing in a line waiting and asking to have a word with your troopers,
sir. Mr. Benton, and I want to say again that my orders have always been to use a minimum amount of force. No force if necessary. For goodness sakes, don't let anybody get hurt. I've said that over and over and over. That's all.
Was the amount of force used last Sunday the minimum required?
Was it the minimum required? That matter at the present time, as a result of the charges of police brutality, is under investigation, but I'm not going to be stampeded or blackjacked, as Mr. Johnson said, into making any accusations against the police because some outside agitators themselves have accused us of police brutality. Because clubs were used on Pennsylvania Avenue the other day in clearing the street of people who lay down for 30 minutes. Now, when you say was the Selma situation the same, I want to again say that we don't want anybody to get hurt, and I'm just as remorseful about injuries to any American citizen as anyone.